We're pulling them all out of the bag this week, aren't we, Greg?
What are you pulling out?
On today's scoop, we're talking about a tiny, itty-bitty little PlayStation. Maybe not that small. Men in Black are back, only they're not.
Men in Black are back.
Only they're not.
No, they're not, are they?
And the internet police are on the way. Have you seen the little PlayStation?
I forgot what the scoop is. What is it?
It's like entertainment and gadget news and stuff.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Remember? Like, basically what we do is look at all the other news sites on the internet. And,
Just pick out a couple.
yeah.
We don't steal it, though.
No.
We put our own twist on them.
That's what news sites do, Greg. They all take it off each other, don't they?
Yeah.
Anyway, Sony have announced a miniature PlayStation. Obviously, with the success of the Mini NES and Mini SNES.
They really are just totally ripping off the others, aren't they?
Yeah, but the price point is quite different.
The what?
Price point.
I thought that's what you said.
£99, I think they're looking at.
What?
Or £89.
Although saying that, how much was this SNES?
60, wasn't it?
That's really expensive now, though.
What year was it released in, Greg?
What we're talking about? The PlayStation?
Yeah.
I'm going to go 1989.
No. 1994.
Is it?
Yes, and it kind of revolutionised gaming at that time, didn't it?
I think putting a CD in to a game was a little bit odd. It was strange feeling at the
Felt
time,
odd,
wasn't it?
Yeah, but we soon became used to it, didn't we? And most gaming consoles ever since have been based on CD-type media.
Didn't the Mega Drive try it? Or Sega tried it with discs?
Nintendo did, didn't they? GameCube, little mini disc.
Oh yeah, they did, didn't they?
So yeah, it will feature some of the PlayStation's most classic titles.
If it hasn't got Tomb Raider, and it's a complete waste of time, isn't it? But that is it, isn't it? Tomb Raider 1 and 2 were the best two. Well, 2 was better than 1.
It says it will include 20 titles, including Final Fantasy VII,
Not
and
interested.
Tekken 3.
Not interested.
Also on the system are Ridge Racer, Wild Arms, and Jumping Flash.
None of them are appealing to me.
You see, I don't know how they're going to do it. Well, they're going to have to put quite a lot of memory in there because PlayStation games are considerably bigger than Nintendo games in terms of their memory size.
Is this Tech Talk?
Yes, Tech Talk with Jason. So yeah, what do you think? You're going to get one?
No.
We probably will.
No, I've already done my Christmas list. I haven't put a SNES on there, but I would like the small Super Nintendo. My Christmas list is a record player.
I had one last year. Remember, you bought me Shakin' Stevens' Greatest Hits.
Yeah. Cost me £1. And I was furious. Because I think I overpaid. This old house. This old house. This old house.
Men in Black is back. Only it's not.
Yeah, this story is ridiculous. I didn't know this until this morning.
A new set photo from the as yet untitled Men in Black spin-off has been released, featuring Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson.
2 things about this, can I just before you carry on? Number 1, they're remaking it with a bloke and a woman.
Yep.
What's the name of the film?
Men in Black. Yeah, well, you can't do that, Greg. That's a bit sexist, isn't it?
It's not sexist at all. It should be. What I'm saying is, it should be called Men and Women in Black.
It's probably going to be, yeah.
It's not though, is it?
Who knows? It's untitled as yet.
Men, women.
Well, Women has got men in it, hasn't it?
Oh yeah, that's a very good, isn't it?
What?
On the poster, you could see that.
No, I don't think that'll work.
No, I
Women
don't.
has got men in it.
Yeah, move on, quick.
So they obviously will be replacing Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith in the franchise. Men in Black 4.
Well, they can't call it 4, though, can they?
Why?
Because it's not though, is it? I think they asked Will to do it.
Yeah, he said 3 was enough for him.
Well, 3 was rubbish, that's why.
Yeah, it wasn't great, was it? And apparently, it was revealed that Sony wanted to make a Men in Black 21 Jump Street crossover.
Oh,
What on earth?
Remember we spoke about this last week?
State
about
of Hollywood, yeah.
This is many. Why don't they just do a film and not call it anything to do with Men in Black? Just change it up a bit.
Go on then, Greg. Take it away.
What?
It's your stupid film bit, isn't it? Films that we used to know yesterday that we dream of and talking about this week because they were released 3 days ago. And that's the retro section here.
That's the name of it? That's amazing! Well, you know, usually we do a section, Jason, about films that I call films that was released a while ago, possibly in the 80s, maybe 90s, sometimes in the 70s, that we're going to talk about, that was released this week. You know, I always call it that.
Yeah.
This week I'm changing it, Jason, for the new scoop and everything.
What to?
This week, Jason, and possibly even next week, this section is now called Games that was released this week a while ago that we now will talk about in some length.
What game is it, Greg?
Well, Jason, instead of getting the box out, which we could have done, but that's a bit small, I thought I'd blow it up.
Outrun.
Yes!
What a classic.
What a classic. This game was released this week in
1986.
1986.
September the 20th, in fact. Released by Sega.
Oh, it was such a good game.
It became one of the best-selling video games of its time.
It's just brilliant. And it's still going now in the arcades, isn't it?
It had a selectable soundtrack. Do you remember that? You could choose the tune that was on by turning the steering wheel. Do you remember?
Yeah, no. Available on the Amstrad, Atari, CBM,
Commodore 64.
and Spectrum 48 and 128K. Oh, I had the Spectrum.
It was a 3D video driving game which the player controls a Ferrari Testarossa Spider.
Yeah. Look at that.
From a third-person rear-view perspective.
That's perspective.
Perspective, yeah.
Wow. I love a good perspective.
The camera is placed near the ground, simulating Ferrari's driving position. They're very low, aren't they? Ferraris. Yeah. Mine's parked up outside, you can have a go later.
Is it just next to the grey piece of Renault hump of rubbish?
Renault?
Is it a Renault?
Oh yeah, I've got my wife's car today.
Yeah.
So the arcade game featured raster graphics on a CRT
really
monitor and was built into a cabinet that you could sit in, and it moved as the car moved.
Oh, it was great. It was such a good game.
It was. The queue for Outrun at the arcade was always massive, wasn't it?
I just bought one.
Of course you did, Greg. And I had a go on one quite recently at NERG, the North East Retro Gaming Convention, of which I did a video.
Yes, I wasn't there.
No, you weren't. So yeah, 32 years ago, Outrun was released. How old do you feel?
38. Is it joke time now?
No, that's not in the scoop. The internet police are on the way, Greg, to arrest us for crimes against online video.
Oh, not about history?
No. In all seriousness, the UK government are considering setting up a regulator for the internet. BuzzFeed have reported that there's a white paper on the way outlining some of the things that they're talking about. They're trying to stop fake news and the internet being used.
Hold on a minute. If you say fake news, you've got to do it in your Donald Trump accent.
Fake news.
I mean, it is ET, isn't it?
Whatever. They're on about taxing social networks like Facebook and Twitter to pay for this digital reform.
It doesn't bother me because I'm not on either.
No, but you are on the internet. They're going to force websites to remove illegal hate speech. They're going to be making social networks verify people's age. Restricting advertisements online for food and soft drink products which are high in salt, fat or sugar. Now, I have a bit of an issue with this because it gets my goat that they're trying to tell me what I can and can't eat. I'm a grown-up. If I want to eat a whole box of 12 Krispy Kreme donuts this afternoon, I will.
He has. I mean, he will. Again.
And the government can't tell me that I can't.
Yes! Theresa May, who the hell do you think
we
you
don't
are?
do politics.
We don't do politics, but I want Boris Johnson in.
But the news is that the UK government are considering setting up what is basically going to be the internet police. What do you think? Should the internet be controlled by a regulatory body? That was good, wasn't it? Huh?
This is too much for me. I can't cope with it. I thought we did stupid things.
Or do you feel it's the start of censorship of the internet? Let us know. That's all we've got time for on the scoop, Greg.
Oh, we've got to get rid of that green screen now, haven't we?
Yeah, we have, yeah.
And set up for the next one.
Yes, we have. So we'll see you again on Tea and Toast.
You don't say this. Have you noticed he doesn't say what day now? It used to be, we'll see you on Tea and Toast Saturday. Now he goes, we'll see you on Tea and Toast.
Anyway,
When it's on.
that's it for the scoop, Greg. First one in ages. We'll see you again soon. Tra. Bye.